It's official. One of Idaho's most notorious court cases in state history is now moving to Ada County. Good evening. The state Supreme Court granted a change of venue request in the trial of Chad Daybell.
Daybell, along with his wife, Lori Vallow, face a slew of charges. The most serious include murder and conspiracy to commit murder, which are linked to the deaths of his late wife, Tammy, along with Lori's children, JJ and Tylee. Now, this is the latest of many twists and turns in a case that has gained national attention. And with all of that intrigue, a new venue seemed nearly certain. Tristan Lewis picks it up from here. Tristan, how will the logistics of this move impact the trial?
So, Kim and Mark, a University of Idaho College of Law professor tells me a move like this is very rare. But because the same judge is still assigned to the trial, there shouldn't be any delays. She says it adds just another layer of interest to an already high-profile case.
It's hard to predict, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of national attention on this case.
More motion in the Chad Daybell trial as the Idaho Supreme Court issues a ruling to move the case from Fremont County to Ada County. This comes after 7th District Judge Stephen Boyce suggested a change in venue.
It's a small county like Fremont County that's involved here, where we have the change of venue. Incredible challenges.
Shakira Sanders is a professor for the University of Idaho with 20 years of experience in the law field. She says the population and the size of Fremont County may have a lot to do with the change of venue.
Part of your criminal procedure rights is a right to a fair public trial. And the court has interpreted that to mean both on the end of the jury clause part, right, that you get an impartial, unbiased jury.
According to the U.S. Census, Fremont County has a population of a little more than 13,000. When it comes to a case of this magnitude, Sanders says a population pool of that size could make it hard to find an impartial jury. That's why Ada County, with a population around 500,000, might be a better fit.
Also, it's probably very likely you're going to find people who know the victims, who know those accused of the crime, whereas Ada County may be less likely so.
Because the Daybell Vallow case has been making headlines for the past 2 years, Sanders says the increased media coverage may have proven to be too much for Fremont County.
I wonder if you even have a big enough courtroom to accommodate all of the media attention. This came up in a case when I was a clerk in court right after law school. Lots of parties. We had to have a massive courtroom. These are just practical issues with cases sometimes.
Sanders says there should be minimal delays in the trial because Judge Boyce will stay on the case. The only delays she could think of would be physically moving the files and people to Ada County.
This is probably the most efficient way to handle it. We've already got a judge who's pretty familiar with the case.
Sanders says she would not be surprised if there were a limited amount of people, just like the media, allowed in the courtroom, and that's because of COVID safety protocols. Kim?
Yeah, and Tristan, we should point out, we don't know when this trial is going to begin. We don't know if the judge will allow cameras in the courtroom, but we probably do know this. We do know this. It is going to be a media circus, as this case has gained national, worldwide attention. Tristan, thanks for breaking it down for us.